guys, welcome back to the channel this week for another video. My name is Karina, also known as the Artistic Newfie here on YouTube and other social media platforms. You can find all my links down below if you'd like to go and check some of those out. Today, well, in this video, I should say, not today, I haven't painted this. I painted this like a few weeks ago, but I'm working on, in this video, a new painting that I've completed already, and you can find the original actually for sale over on Etsy. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. Again, that link is down in the description as well. This month's Patreon sticker is actually this painting, so if you did sign up over, or if you did pledge over on Patreon, I should say, not sign up, it's pledging over on Patreon, then you would have gotten this sticker along with whatever other tier goodies that you selected for the month. So I'm currently working on new items for the month of February, and I'll show those possibly in a studio vlog coming up, so you can see what you'll get. I won't show everything because I want to keep a few things, a couple little things a surprise. So you can look forward to seeing that in one of the future videos. So I wanted to get back into painting with watercolors and get back into using my Copics again, because I really enjoy using my Copic markers. I've had them for a few years now, and it took me a few years to get what I have. I didn't go out and buy all of my markers in one go. It was like Christmas gifts and birthday gifts over like 3 years. So I really enjoy using them, and I enjoy using watercolor, and I want to get more loose with my watercolor and not be I'm very particular with my painting. You'll see right here that I was going to go with a lineless look, and then I decided not to do that, so that's why you can see the difference. I didn't want to record me lining the artwork because it was a tad bit boring, to be honest with you, and I got my head in screen a couple of times, and it's the first time I've ever had that happen recording a video. I didn't want to put that in. It didn't look nice. So anyway, going back, I'm digressing there a little bit. I want to be a little bit more fluid with my watercolor, and before I was kind of afraid to do big washes, and I was afraid to, I guess, glaze one color over another color. I think it's called glazing. I don't know the terms for watercolor painting. I just pick up a brush and take the paint, and I paint. That's pretty much what I do. I didn't get any, formal training on how to be a watercolorist or anything. I don't consider myself a watercolorist. I guess I would like to consider myself an illustrator of sorts that uses watercolors to make watercolor illustrations. Maybe that could work. But I want to experiment more. I guess that's what I'm looking for. I want to experiment more with layering Copics on top of each other and laying watercolor paints on top of each other and getting different colors. Because you can see here, I did go in with my Copics, and I did the base like underneath the mushrooms with the grays, the warm grays, and then I went over that with some pink watercolor to kind of blend the top of the mushrooms down into underneath. And close up, like, the camera and pictures do not give it justice, but it looks so cool. The colors worked so well together, and I was really impressed by how this piece turned out, and I hope to be able to keep doing this watercolor technique going forward. And these mushrooms, just want to say, took me forever to paint. They didn't come out exactly how I wanted them, but I mean, they still look okay. I want to keep doing some more of these creatures, I guess, to go with my paintings. I kind of like the more, it's clearly a fantasy look. I'm not going to say it's a goth look because it's not goth, but I like that dark look. I guess that's what I'm getting at, with, the black eyes and things like that, and the mushrooms growing out of the skin and things. I like that. So this is kind of where I'm going to go with my artwork going forward. It may not always be like a forest creature, but it's not going to be cutesy, not all the time. Like, I'm not gonna, like I said before, I'm not gonna get away from doing the things that I used to do, but this is what I want to do. So I'll do my best to try to get a mixture of everything on the channel, so you're not just seeing these paintings like this, but I do hope you like them. You can let me know down below what you think of this style of painting, and how you like the piece, and if you want to see more things like this, I mean, that would be cool. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do with a lot of parts of this painting, especially the skin. I knew I didn't want to go with a flesh tone. I knew, because I don't want to I don't want to embed human traits very much. I know they're going to be there, like if there is like some realism to it, like the hands and everything, but I don't want my characters to look human. I want them to have, the reason why is because I'm not really great at drawing anatomy. So if I'm not good at anatomy, I can, you know, make my creatures and still have somewhat of a human characteristic to them, but I don't need to have, you know, the body, you know, 8 heads long, and I don't need to have the arms, the hands ending at the thigh. Like, I can kind of, you know, create my own character, and I can have extra long fingers if I want to, or I can have bent fingers if I want to, or the neck could be longer, like, you know, more stylized typed human, I guess. I don't know how to word that, but that's kind of what I'm going for. I don't want to, like, I'm not saying that I won't paint people or I won't draw people, but that's not what I want to do. Like, a lot of people draw female characters moreover than anything else, and that's completely okay. Like, I did that for a long time, and I just want to get away from that because there's so many people doing it. I kind of want to, you know, put my own kind of spin on my artwork and not have these cutesy girls with glitter in their cheeks and things like that. Not saying that I won't do that. You know, I'm not saying that I won't do that, but it's not my thing, although I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the style of making those characters, but I decided to go with green for the tone of her flesh. I know it looks a little bluish right now. There is a little bit of blue tint in there as well, but it's mostly like a seafoam green almost, I guess. If you were looking at it in person, you would be able to, you know, see the different tones. I find that the camera kind of throws it off a little bit, and I went with green because I know that green and pink kind of complement each other, so that's what I wanted to do. And then I had the blue in the background, and then the blue and the green kind of look really nice together, and they kind of melded well together, not to the point where the character didn't stand out, and I thought that was a good thing to do. And I did put some pink tones in the cheeks and, you know, the elbows and the shoulders, and like you would, and the tips of the fingers if you were doing like a human character. So I wanted to keep that, and I really think that's a neat way to do things, just to add that little emphasis of where like the blood flow and everything is. And I picked that up from watching Danica Sills. She's a really good illustrator if you want to go and check her out. She has no clue who I am, but I watch her videos quite a lot and really impressed by all of her paintings and whatnot. So I get a lot of I watch her very intently to see how she's doing things, and I kind of like her painting style, and I'd like to, you know, bring that into my work, but, you know, still keep it mine, if that makes sense. You know, take the little things from people that you get your inspiration from and kind of make it your own, if that makes sense. I painted the dress blue. I hated it. I really did. And I changed it pretty quick. I went in with some Copics, I believe. It's been a couple of weeks since I did this, but I'm pretty sure it was Copics. I also wasn't sure what I wanted to do with these antenna things coming off of her head. I knew I didn't want to put scales on them, but I needed to do something with it, and I wasn't really sure what to do till almost to the very end. I kind of made the base of her, between her head and the antenna, I guess I'm going to call them, to look like there were like tree stumps or tree bark on her head, so that it wasn't just, okay, there's her head and there's the antenna. I hope that makes sense. You'll see in just a little bit what I did, but here you can see that I did go in with the Copics and kind of darken up that blue. And I really wanted to do that because the color that I was using, I didn't really like a whole lot. So I'm glad I did this, and I really liked the end result of it anyway. So the darker blue kind of also matched the color of the skin, and it kind of went well with the mushrooms in the background as well, which I do add a little bit more to later in the video. If you're hearing any noises in the background, that's just my dog moving around. I can't help it. She's an old girl and she makes a lot of noise. So here I went in and I colored the eyes black. I really like this look. I like the look of either the white eyes or the black eyes, so you'll see that quite a bit in my artwork going forward. I really enjoy this. I do want to do some eye studies though, so I can learn how to paint the human eye more accurately, so I can stylize that as well for my paintings, but I really do like this. And then I went in and I added some kind of like, I wouldn't say like a smeared mascara or whatever, but it kind of gives you that effect, like there's makeup smeared all over the face, or she was crying, or what have you, but I wanted to add that in. So then I went in and I put that same color in different areas on the skin, just to, you know, even up a little bit of the darkness in the painting, because I did make the eyes black. I didn't want that to be the focal point of the painting. So, and then after that I went in and kind of, you know, put some splotchy, I don't know how to, splotchy marks on the antenna, so they would give kind of a resemblance, like the way that her arms look, and the, you know, down by her, I'm saying belly button. So I just wanted to make that look a little bit more cohesive. And here's where I'm drawing on like the bark style pieces on her head, and I'm coloring her and painting those in, and trying to give a little bit of a, I guess more of a dimension to the I'm saying antenna again, I don't know what they're called. I create the character. I don't know what the specific pieces of the thing is called, but I just wanted to give that a little bit more emphasis, so that it looks like it's not just a continuation of her head, but there's actually something else there that's connecting to her head, if that makes any sense at all. I do go in and do some more work in the background as well, and I add in a few trees, and I started going in with and painting in some like grass and what have you, but I didn't really like that, so I kind of stopped. And I also I used a little bit of gold, rose gold on this painting to do the little, I'm calling them leaves on the sides of the painting, and then the little crescent moon, I guess, on her forehead. So that's just, that's going to be metallic in color as well. And if you do get a sticker, unfortunately, you're not going to see that shimmer of it. But if you did buy the original painting, you would get that full effect. And the painting, like I said, looks so much better in person than this picture, this video is giving it credit for. Like it's really good. My husband actually said, you know, I hope that you get to keep this one, because this is one that I want you to put on the wall. And I'm like, well, I'm painting it to sell it. I'm not painting to keep. So he's going to be disappointed if anyone ever decides to buy this one. But like I said, it is over on Etsy if anyone's interested. And like I said, I did do a little bit more with the background here. I wanted to put in some grass, or some bushes, I guess, not grass. And I just wanted to give like a foreground, midground, and a background. I think that's how that goes. I wanted to have some depth into the painting, so it wasn't just a character and the mushrooms and then just blue in the background. So I'm trying to be a little bit more detailed in my work, if that's the right word to use. And I really like how this painting turned out. I really do like it. I think it's probably one of the best ones that I've done in watercolor, and hopefully I'll be able to get another one done in the next little while. But that's getting pretty close to the end of the video here, and my dog is getting very antsy, so I think I have to go pay some attention to her and put her outside and all that stuff. So I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the painting. If you want to see more things like this, let me know down below in the comments. If you prefer a more toned down style, let me know that as well. And here's coming up just a quick overview of the painting and the mess that I made painting it. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.